It's hockey night in Keene as we welcome you to Keene Ice, positioned in beautiful southwestern New Hampshire for the first half of our hockey doubleheader here on the Owls Media Network. Today, it's the Southern Maine Huskies and the Keene State Owls. And high above the ice, joined alongside Ryan Otterson, my name is Teddy Steinberg. Both Owls teams have had their first taste of conference action last night. The women took down Plymouth on the road, and the men fell here to Babson. But Ryan, how do the Owls handle a short turnaround like today?
Well, Teddy, we've used this phrase before, goldfish memory. Southern Maine is another talented team, and the way the Owls handle this is by forgetting the loss last night. Focus on today, play complete periods, and capitalize on those opportunities when given.
I talked with a couple of the players following the game last night, as well as the post-game interview with Coach Rodriguez, and the message around the locker room, it seems like today is a must-win game. You don't want to drop 0-2 in the LEC. Our key players to look at this afternoon, first for Southern Maine, is number 13, Ben O'Coin, the reigning LEC player and rookie of the week. Ben shattered the USM record for goals in a game when he scored 6 against St. Anselm, Ryan.
Yeah, Teddy, O'Coin is something special. 7 points in 3 games for the freshman. He's strong on his skates, moves the puck well, and 6 goals is no joke. At any level, keep your eye out for him.
Our Owls key player this afternoon is also a freshman, number 28, Zach Chouinard. He's been a stud so far for Keene, 4 points in his first 3 games. He also tallied the Owls' lone goal last night, a minute and a half into the first period. We're in for a fun day of hockey, 2 days on the schedule today. We'll be back in a few moments. Owls and Huskies coming up next on the Owls Media Network, brought to you by Flow Sports.
New Car Nissan of Keene has over 2,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. The largest selection of new Nissans in New Hampshire. Plus, every new Nissan comes with New Car's complimentary 20-year, 200,000-mile protection plan. And will deliver your new car anywhere in the Granite State for free. Come explore our stunning new state-of-the-art facility. Visit New Car Nissan of Keene today and discover why everyone loves a new car.
A single thread is unique. Like each of us, full of purpose and potential. A strand designed to connect, strengthen, and unite. But we face different challenges and have different opportunities. By acknowledging that others may struggle in ways we do not, we can celebrate our differences, embrace each other, and fortify the ties among us. A single thread can fray, yet when it's woven with another, a bond forms. A new strength created by the fabric of the whole. Let's embrace the fabric we make together, the diversity of our threads, to reach beyond ourselves and overcome the impossible. The true power of our game comes from unifying our individual backgrounds, connecting our unique stories, enabling us to be stronger, braver, greater. We can achieve so much more when we are all as one.
What a season! The confetti is gonna fall.
There she goes, and she's got it! How sweet is this, and how wonderful for the sport.
We know you will find your community along Appian Way here at Keene State College. Over a campfire on the Student Center lawn. In some friendly games and competition. Or in a club you connect to at the Student Involvement Fair. Maybe you will find your people on the courts, in a cheering section in the stands, at the rink on the ice, skating as an owl, or chilling in the yoga studio. Your connections may take place on the quad, listening to music, hanging out with friends, participating in a Keene State tradition like Pumpkin Palooza, or working on a group project, studying with classmates. Maybe your talents will bring you together with your community on one of our stages, in the Maine Theater, or the recital hall at the Red Fern Arts Center. For us, community is all about the people you meet and the connections you make. At Keene State, our community is really about you.
Starting goaltender for tonight, in goal for USM is Loic Morin, the freshman out of Drummondville, Quebec. And in 3 games, he has shown out for the Huskies, 2-1 on the year, with a .271 goals against average.
And for Keene, it's Ben Skelton back in net. He was superb last night in the 4-1 loss, making 49 saves. Look for him to be great again this afternoon.
Up front for the Owls, the third line will get the nod tonight. Luke Festa centered by Thor Hansen. Gonzalez on the wing as well. Jack Lindholm and Sean Hoffman on the back end. We mentioned Skelton is in net. And then Cam Guatwin, Caden Iwat on the back end. Hagen, Donovan, and Arend up front for USM. And the puck is dropped, and we are underway here in Keene. That one dropped back to Guatwin and over for Iwat. Handled by Festa off the glove. He'll off one in deep, chasing after it is Thor Hansen. Now here's Arend. Long hair flowing from the back of his helmet. He'll cross corner dump that one. Hoffman able to get a stick on it. The Owls can break it out. Festa can't handle it. And now played for on the boards. Here's Hagen. Now a fan shot by Donovan. He'll go into the corner. Festa takes a check. He still has the puck. And now has some open ice. Here's Hansen. He'll chip that one in deep. Chasing after it, Peter Unger. The Owls' first line is now out there. Bad pass there, intercepted by O'Coin. Tripping over the blue line is McCauley, but Carney comes away with it. A shot by Unger off the stick and into the netting.
Yeah, that's something you like to see right there from Unger. A little open shot action. Keene's looking good on the cycles right now, getting it into the offensive zone.
We saw a very strong first shift. It was only 20 seconds from the third line last night. Another very solid shift to start this evening. And you get an offensive zone face-off with your star line. Now off the tie-up, it's 1 to O'Coin. And he'll feed a pass too far for Samopoulos. Now that puck deflected into the Owls bench. We should have a face-off outside the zone. And it's top line against top line out there. Minute 9 into the first period of play. Owen Drummy, Gavin Samopoulos, and Ben O'Coin against Christofides, Carney, and Unger. Keene State wins the draw back. Chasing after, that's Jason Smith. Off the boards, O'Coin couldn't handle it. It's up to center ice, glove down by McCauley. Nice pass to Unger. He finds Carney, middle of the ice, back door, and a little too much loft on it for Christofides. Now up top, McBride, he'll shoot, it's blocked. Carney gets the rebound and throws it out in front through the legs of Unger. Now McBride flies that one back into the zone. It's handled by Brennan. Here's Savicki. That one thrown in deep. Here's Smith. Lost the puck momentarily, regains possession. And we'll get a pass back from House. Here's Sean Gray. Sophomore out of Lowell, Massachusetts. He'll take a hit in the corner. Pass up top. He's a shot, Sweenard. The save is made. The rebound is loose, but Morin is able to cover.
Yeah, and that's what you really like to see out of the Owls here. We've seen like 4 shots right now that could have been goals here early on. So really good opportunities made. You know, Southern Maine comes out, you know, they're a good team, and, you know, kind of giving it to them early on is something you really like to see from the Owls.
That's what we saw, a really strong start from the Owls last night against Babson, where they went up 1-0 a minute and a half into the first period. They lost that game 4-1, but played them tight. A shot, that one never got through, goes to the back of the cage. Now that one handled by Gray, top of the zone, throws it back into the corner. Fontaine is there. He'll be pressured and will lose the puck. Battling for it in the corner, 2 Owls and 2 Huskies. The second LEC matchup for both teams this season. Keene State lost against Babson here last night 4-1, and Southern Maine took down WestCon in Danbury 7-3. That one's flighted out of the zone, chasing after it. And getting to the stick of Lindholm. That one deflected. Here's Jarnhell. Cross ice into the feet of Mikey Collette. House throws a hit. The puck is dumped in deep. Here's Jarnhell. Now in the corner, Lindholm. Chips one off the glass. And will go all the way down for an icing.
Yeah, this is going to be the first real opportunity Southern Maine's going to have here in this game. But this is something the Owls need to do, is really prevent the early goal from another team. You know, you get this momentum going in the period. You don't want it to get drained right here, you know, on a mistake. We saw it against Franklin Pierce where they kind of just tripped over their own feet a couple times, you know, when they got momentum. So that's something we got to watch out for here tonight.
And we talked about, after the Franklin Pierce game, to head coach Bobby Rodriguez about having a good first period, where the Owls fell behind their first 2 games. They went ahead. Obviously, they were down after the first period last night, but Coach Rodriguez was somewhat pleased with at least the first half of the first period. The Owls just need to play a little more complete. And icing is called there as Hunter Savicki was right there at the goal line, but still blown dead.
Yeah, and that's a tough one there. Another few Owls not getting a shift change here, and that's tired bodies out there on the ice. You know what I mean? You got Southern Maine coming out here with one of their top lines here, their second line. So it's just kind of one of those things you got to watch out for, you know, those little small mistakes.
Assistant coach standing on the bench potentially for a drawn-up play as that one goes behind Skelton. Now on the corner, played up top. Shot is blocked, and the Owls are able to get it out. Here's Jarnell. Has pressure from Donovan. Loses the defender momentarily. It's chipped up ice. Basquetto throws ahead in the neutral zone, but the puck is lost to the stick of Cole Brennan. A bad pass there, misplayed. Now off glass and out. Here's Hoffman in his own end. Basquetto chips it ahead, too far for Gonzalez. Gonzalez now working behind the net. Here's Eilot. Up ice, off the skate of Arend. Now here's Gonzalez. Has Hansen down low, he'll drop it back up top. McBride staying on sides. A shot for a tip, it gets deflected, but it ends up going wide. As now here's Drummy. He'll chip it out. Now we're still applying the pressure. Here's McCauley. Now off the glass. A follow-up shot, that one goes wide off the stick of Festa. Loose puck came right to him. Now he'll handle it in the near corner. Wrapped around, here's Adrian Jubrin. Off the chest of Gonzalez, he goes down, but no whistle there. That puck goes out of play. It looked like Gonzalez may have had Jubrin tripped up, but
yeah, it kind of looked like it's an incidental contact, but you know, sometimes you will get called for that. But I think it's just a little lucky break there for the Owls. He kind of got his stick caught up in the skate blade a little bit. But again, I mean, the Owls have really shown that they're here to play tonight. I mean, they've really been aggressive here early on.
That draws one back. Ahead for Unger, that one gets deflected, and so no icing. Here's Carney. He'll throw one in on goal. Morin will glove it. .40 to go here in the first period of action. Owls only have the only shot on goal to this date. That one kept in by Chris Afides. A good pinch there by Jason Smith to put the pressure on Ethan McDuff. Now good shit pass there in the middle of the ice. Here's Ethan Hoover. 2-on-1. Backdoor pass hidden in the skates. The follow-up is, I don't know if Skelton got a piece of that, but the puck never got through. Lead pass for Unger. He'll take a hit. The puck is just a little bit ahead of him. A centering pass. Unger couldn't get the shot off. What a feed from Chrysofides. Unger gets taken down, and the Owls will go to the power play.
Yeah, that was a really good opportunity right there, and a nice job by Unger to draw that penalty right there as well on the end of it.
Or they should. Yeah, calling for the player as he was going to the bench. I didn't see the net get dislodged at all, so really the penalty would have been the only whistle there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I saw the hand go up.
Yep, Keene Ice will go to the box for a trip. So 14:10 to go in the first period. A first look at the Owls' Sullivan Tire power play. So their first unit out there. Or possibly a mix of their first unit. Fontaine, Kearney. I believe that's Chouinard out there. McCauley and McBride on the back end. Chrysofides' line was just out there, so you won't have him out there at the moment. He'll cycle in towards probably the second half of this power play.
Yeah, but you have a guy out there like Chase Kearney. I mean, he has 4 assists early on in the season, you know, no goals, but he's done a really good job of distributing the puck throughout games, so it's good to see him in the offensive circle right now.
I believe it was actually Cade Kanaschuk getting called for the tripping minor. A little mix-up in the box. That went off of McCauley out of the zone. Now a shot short-handed, never got through off of McBride. That was Connor Donovan. McBride goes down along the boards, but here's Kearney. Now McCauley looking for his first career point. The Owls offside's a close call there. Here's Fontaine. Gets it back, gives it right back to McCauley. Tries the center one to Kearney, couldn't get it there. Now here's Chouinard up top, McBride. Back down low. Up the top, the shot, McBride goes wide. The puck's still loose, it goes just over the cage. And the Huskies will clear. So some decent chances there for the Owls. Couldn't really find the net, but 2 shots on goal to the Huskies, none so far. 2 saves for Loic Morin. As there's Chrysofides, Gonzalez, Unger out there now. And that one cleared back down ice. That's Hansen and House, I believe, also on the back end. 48 seconds to go here on the Owls power play. Now here is Hansen. He'll wrap that one around. Chrysofides, the first one to meet it. And he loses the puck along the boards. A great chip out by Owen Drummy. And pressure there from Isaac Grundon. Now 20 seconds left on the Owls man advantage. Possibly one last rush here if they can gain the zone. There's that one wrapped in deep as well. Chrysofides skating to meet it first, trying to chip it out in front, but he'll handle it behind the net. Here's House. He'll fire a shot, deflected, and into the glove of Morin.
Yeah, that was a good shot there by House, but Morin does a good job right there. There's a lot of bodies in front of that net right there. That's a hard screen shot for him, but Morin's looks good here early on for the Huskies, but I think Keene's power play, honestly, has been a little bit of a success here. I think they've really done a good job setting themselves up a little bit. They've gotten some good looks. They haven't taken it. They're playing a little more conservative right now on the power play. But I think as the night goes on, they'll get more aggressive, and I think they're going to start shooting a lot more.
They're still favored in the zone on this face-off. 5-on-4 for 2 seconds. A shot off the draw by Collette goes just wide. And we're back to full strength in the corner. Jarnhell will work with Gage Letourneau. Now here's Kanaschuk. Takes a hit at the blue line from Hoffman. He'll lose the puck. Now here's Lindholm. Collette. He'll lose it. Keeps it moving along the boards. Pass out in front. Kanaschuk shot goes wide. A follow-up shot from the boards. That one never got through. Now here's another shot, and Letourneau's shot gets blocked. That was Bischetto getting in front of it. Now cross-corner dump. Collette will chase it. Throws a shoulder on Jubran behind the net. Comes away with it. Tries to center it to Fontaine. But now here are the Huskies. Owls got to be careful not to get too many men. They don't.
Wow, that was close. That was really close.
Obviously, Collette was not, he was in the realm of the puck, but not really trying to make the play on it. Never hit him as he was hopping the boards there. So that one goes out of play over the protective netting and into the stands. Someone just got a free souvenir in the Saints Letterman jacket. NFL Sunday tomorrow.
Big Patriots-Buccaneers game.
I think Jim Nantz and Tony Romo are on the call for that one.
That means it's CBS primetime.
I think it's
Tony Romo and Jim Nantz.
Well, it's the 1 o'clock game.
There we go, Jim!
I think it's the first Jim Nantz and Tony Romo Patriots game since the Jets in the 2023 season.
Dude, oh my. Was that the Farrell Brown touchdown?
That was the Farrell Brown touchdown.
Yeah, that was the only offense in that game.
And then he disappeared for the
rest of the season.
Last 3 years. Now, a great stretch pass, but a better stick by Smith. Owls gain the line again. Gray intercepts it. Chouinard out in front, just high. I'm pretty sure that one got deflected. But now here's Gray. Taken away by Brennan. Glove down by Koschel. And back into the Husky zone. Stretch pass ahead. Here's O'Coin. Drops it for Drummy. He shoots, and it goes wide. I don't know if Skelton may have got a piece of that. Gray dumps that one in deep. He'll go for a change. Here's Brennan. Good move there around Hansen. Hansen still in pursuit. Cross ice now, Grondin. Protecting the puck, working down low, takes a shoulder, and the Owls come away with it. Halfway through the first period here, no score. Southern Maine still looking for their first shot on goal. Battling for it, Gonzalez in the corner. Festo will try and help, but it gets wrapped around. Here's Eilot. Off the skate of Hansen. Eilot still comes away with it. McCauley keeps it in briefly, but no one gets thrown down ice. Owls looking for an icing call. They won't get one. Now cross ice pass here. Here's Gonzalez. Chipped along. Gonzalez gets it back. And here's McBride. Up from McCauley. Chipping that one indeed. Very smart play. Gonzalez chases after it. No battle behind the net. It's him and Roberto. Roberto comes away with it. Now a Wren. Nice pass into the middle. And here comes John Hagan. Trying to get a pass out in front. It goes in. John Hagan. I believe that may have been last touch by Donovan. Contact out in front with Skelton, but the Huskies are on the board first.
Yeah, that's a weird goal right there, and that's a big momentum killer for Keene. They look so good early on. They can't let this one get them down.
I'm not sure. I'm guessing he made contact with the puck. He put it in before he made contact with Skelton.
That's why I'm confused about it. It just looked like a pile drive. It looked like he went into the net with Skelton and just drove. It was like he drove the puck into the end zone basically there. I don't really feel like, I don't know. It didn't look like, I don't know.
So a tough break for Skelton, Rodrigue, and the Owls. Skelton allows his first shot in after being superb last night, but
I feel like
it's a real tough one.
I feel like he has faced shots in this game already.
Here's Gwatkin. Up ice, Kanaschuk. Here's McDuff. Back to Kanaschuk, he'll shoot. Skelton says no.
Man, that could have been two really quick, but that was a really good save there by Skelton. But this is where you got to start to kind of have that goldfish memory we talked about in the pregame. You can't let yourself get down on this. You can't that was a really good opportunity right there, for Southern Maine. And they say the most dangerous time is 1 minute, up to 1 minute after the faceoff. That's the most dangerous time in a hockey game.
That draw one back. Yeah, Southern Maine's offense has been clicking. They've put up 7 in their last 2 games. That shot never got through and played into the Owls bench. So we'll have another defensive zone faceoff for Keene State. 8:09 to go here in the first period. Southern Maine just got on the board. Connor Donovan tapped one home on the pass by John Hagan. Tie up on the draw. Southern Maine comes away with it. Glove down by the Owls and out of the zone. Now that one sent ahead. Big hit there on Basquetto. Owls fourth line out there. Here's House. Tries to find Basquetto. That pass deflected, heading towards the glass. Stays in play. Collette takes a high hit. That one right in front of my eyes. Took that one right to the head. Now working in the corner is Simopoulos. Collette gets his revenge. They still battle behind the net. Up top, a shot never got through. Was deflected off the stick of Brennan. Here's O'Coin. That one blocked, goes wide. Puck still loose in front. And the Owls are able to get it out. Into the skates of Fontaine. Here's Gray, shoots the save by Morin. Point blank on Sean Gray. Another centering pass, deflected out to McCauley. Lindholm shoots that one wide. I believe that one caught a piece of O'Coin. And now here comes Bezio. Chips that one in deep. Good play there by McCauley. But O'Coin now gets it up top. Mishandled by the Southern Maine defender. And it's out of the zone. Here's Roberto. They'll get a return pass. Now one deflected, so no icing. And the whistle blown, I believe. We're going to get a penalty here on Keene State. And we will. It'll be Caleb McCauley for a cross check. So just like that, what we thought the Owls had that momentum, really weathering the storm here. They're down 1-0, and now Southern Maine has their first power play of the afternoon.
Yeah, this is a dangerous situation right now for the Owls. You can't go down 2-0 here. I know we say 2 is a hard hockey lead to have, but I think 2 is also a hard lead to be down in the first period.
Well, obviously, we saw last weekend on Saturday against Franklin Pierce. You go down 2-0, and then you come back and win that thriller. But obviously, Southern Maine, a much different team than Franklin Pierce. Also, a conference game, so it's going to be a lot tougher. There's Ilott up top. Jubron. Ilott back to Jubron. There's a shot from outside, and Skelton is able to find it and make the save. 5:44 to go in the first period. 1:31 now on the Huskies power play. Tie up on the draw. In the feet of McDuff, he'll find it. Here's Jubron. Now McDuff. Played back down low. Good hit by Hoffman there on Ethan McDuff, and the Owls are able to throw it down ice. Right on goal. Pressure coming from Hansen. Will he get to the puck? He will. Glove by Festa. Festa can't handle it. Another pass. Hansen wasn't there. And here comes Southern Maine. Good stick there by Festa. Collette throws a shoulder. And the Owls are able to keep it in Huskies half of the ice. Now here's Smith down low for Collette. On the side of the cage, Collette jamming at it. The whistle's blown. Some post-whistle shoves between Festa and the Southern Maine player. Not sure we can get the number. We can. That's Jubron.
Yep, let the chippiness begin. That's the start of it right there.
But the last minute of that penalty kill for Keene State was amazing.
I mean, that was terrific. I mean, they had all the offensive opportunities there for them. I mean, Southern Maine was the one kind of struggling to cover Keene State. We got 4 men on the ice.
A little miscommunication getting it out of the zone first of all, and then a bad pass gives Keene State possession again. Here's Basquetto out in front, and the save is made on Collette. Collette still getting some contact post-whistle and some words. And are we going to get a penalty?
On Collette? Are you serious?
That's going to be a slash called on Mikey Collette. And the Owls will go down 5-on-3.
I don't know. I don't really.
Now 35 seconds of 5-on-3 power play for Southern Maine. That will leave another minute 25 on the man advantage. Big spot here for Keene State. Up top, Brennan. Here's Arend. Gets it back, top of the zone. Mishandled by O'Coin. Here's Hoffman working down low. He'll lose the puck. Carney chasing after it. He gets there. Chris Carney now has some space. He has Sean Hoffman with him. The shot saved by Moore, and Hoffman can't get to the rebound. And Carney will just handle it. Tries to throw it in deep, unable, but a 2-on-1 or a 2-on-2 really for Keene State. Down 5-on-3. As now it's back to 5-on-4. McCauley's penalty is up. That's a good sign for the Owls getting a defenseman like Caleb McCauley back out there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He's been terrific to start the year. And I mean, that was, you know, he's one of those people you don't want to see to go to the box. You know what I mean? He's one of those viable defenders, especially on the penalty kill. Like, you don't want one of your best defenders being the one that's in the box.
Now that one goes all the way down off a Southern Maine pass. It was mishandled by O'Coin. And now 50 seconds to go on the man advantage. That one thrown in deep by Hoover. Taking a hit from behind is Boschetto, and the penalty is called. So that was Ethan McDuff. A tricky play there playing the puck. He got a little too physical from behind, and Boschetto took the blunt end of it, but 3:28 to go here in the first. We're going to go 4-on-4.
Yeah, so I mean, that was a really good job by Keene State on both penalty kills. I mean, they had an opportunity on a 5-on-3. You know, you don't see that very often at all.
So just the 2-minute minor for boarding. So the Owls will be able to have some power play time after the 41 seconds on the Collette slash. Boschetto lines up against Donovan. Donovan comes away with it. Now here's Hagen. Tries a center one, but it's intercepted. It's McBride. He'll curl. Up ahead for Boschetto. Taken back by Gray. Cross ice. Here's Jason Smith. Back to McBride. He'll gain the line. Shoots, and the blocker save by Moore. That may have caused a piece of his mask as well. Now here's the Torno. Up for Hagen. Watched by Smith. Good angle there taken by Jason Smith. Now pass to Donovan out in front, and Skelton makes the save. So now Collette's penalty is up. 1:16 of power play time for the Owls. 2:44 to go in the first period.
Yeah, I mean, this is still a good little power play to end the period for Keene State. Let's see if they can try to get something in the net. You know, going into a game like this, and you know, scoring, tie it up, it's gonna feel a lot better for Keene State if they can go in the locker room towel.
They're out shooting Southern Maine 7-3 at the moment. It definitely feels like it's been a majority of Keene State.
Yeah, for sure.
On the offensive end during this period. As here's Hansen. Good move there at center ice. He'll work it in. Unger tried to find Gonzalez, but that puck is cleared down ice. A minute to go now on the Owls power play. Here's Christofides. He'll get that one in deep. Gonzalez. Nice play there by Brennan. The Owls keep it. Here's Hansen. He'll shoot through a screen. It's off the crossbar. What a rifle from Thor Hansen. I'm not sure if that one caught a piece of a body out in front, but wow.
That was a rocket from Hansen. I mean, I didn't even see. I just heard a ding, and I saw it go into the rafters.
39 seconds of power play time left. 2:07 to go in the first period. second unit out there for the Owls. Off the tie-up. And it's Ilott taken away by Carney. Here's Macaulay now, pressured by Hagen. We'll get that one in the corner. Fontaine. Here's Carney. Takes a nice hit there by Dalton Roberto. A great play from the freshman defender. Up to the middle. Both players misplayed it, Hagen and Macaulay, and it goes out of the zone. So 10 seconds now, just about, of power play time. The Owls maybe one last rush here on the man advantage. Here's Carney. McBride. Mishandled by Macaulay at the blue line. It goes out of the zone, and we're back to even strength. Offsides is called. And just unfortunate there for the Owls.
Yeah, no, we saw a lot of good opportunities there. I mean, the Thor Hansen shot probably being the best one of those opportunities. But, I mean, if you're the Owls, you just got to keep pushing. I mean, they are really close to scoring. We saw this against Franklin Pierce. They couldn't break through in that first period. They had an offensive explosion in the second period.
Owls fourth line out there for the final minute 20. Drummy plays it for O'Coin. He'll gain the line. Nice ahead pass. That one saved by Skelton. That was Simopoulos with a tough angle shot. Here's Drummy down low. Now O'Coin. Collette on the near hash. That's down low. Fed back off the side of the cage. Here's Sean Hoffman. Approaching 40 seconds to go. Hoffman centering pass off the stick of Jarnhell and cleared back to the corner. Collette up top to Bischetto. He'll shoot that one blocked. Now follow-up try. A shot from Smith to save. The rebound. Collette is there, still digging at it. The puck is still loose. Morin out of his net, and the whistle is blown. Collette was lying on top of Morin. I'm not sure if that's the source of the whistle. There won't be a penalty called. Not sure if the net maybe got dislodged a tiny bit, but we're having an out-of-zone face-off here. I don't understand this whistle. I'm not sure if Coach Rodrigue does either.
Yeah, no, this is a weird call. Certainly, I mean, I don't know. I know Collette was on top of him, but it was a really good opportunity for the Owls. They got blown dead. I mean,
yeah, just the puck was still loose. It looked like Collette maybe he got collided with, and it forced them down onto Morin, but there's 20 seconds to go here in the first period. Here's McDuff. Behind the net now, Skelton. He'll play it. Chipped along to the middle of the ice. Under 10 to go. Ahead, here comes Luke Festa. He's got to shoot it. The save off the glove of Morin. What a chance. A follow-up shot is saved again. Loic Morin with two huge saves as we head to the first intermission. Huskies leading the Owls 1-0. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for the start of period number 2 on the Owls Media Network.
Welcome to Butler.
Come on in, thanks for coming over.
I'm Joe Fontaine. I'm a sophomore here, and I'm a forward. Yeah, we're fortunate to have gotten our spot in Butler. It's a 10-man suite, so there's 4 doubles and 2 singles, and there's only 4 in the building, so we're pretty fortunate to get that.
Honestly, I think it's been a dream. Ever since I got here playing with these guys, it's just been such a good culture to be established to so quickly. And yeah, these guys make it so fun to get up, go to the rink every day, and just go our every days.
This is the Student Center.
We got a lot of different things we can do here. We got food over here at Lloyd's. Grab a breakfast sandwich after practice. We got the mailroom upstairs for any deliveries. Bookstore over there. Great place to just hang out, eat, get some work done in a chill environment.
And the Night Owl Cafe open for free drinks and some popcorn and stuff at night if you're just looking to hang out. We usually spend our time here every once in a while throughout the day when we don't want to go back to the room.
Definitely in the winter, the flag room is pretty awesome. A lot of the guys get in there, do some homework, eat some food, chill. It's a good time.
When I was looking at my recruiting, a lot of the success that they had at the club level kind of showed that they can support a really good hockey team here, and them making nationals for a couple years in a row and being able to prove themselves shows that they know what they're doing to build a program here, and I want to follow that at the varsity level.
So we're looking here at Keene, we have a lot of Normatec stuff. We have our game ready, so that helps with a lot of recovery. We're very fortunate to have that. And also we have our Whirlpool, as you can see. So yeah, really blessed to be here at Keene.
This is the TDS Center, so a lot of the guys on the team studying construction management, occupational safety, architecture, and product design are in here a lot. So my Mondays and Wednesdays, I'm in here for quite some time.
I'm one of those guys. I'm a construction management major, a safety minor, and last summer I was able to get an internship in safety. And this year there's a big week coming up for most of the guys. We have a safety fair, so a lot of internship opportunities, and for those graduating guys, full-time job opportunities straight out of school.
My name's Sean McBride. I was on the first year team, Keene State Hockey, and then I really like golf, so I was like, asked my coach if I could try out for the golf team, and he's just a super nice guy, so he's like, of course you can if you think you can help them, and then made the team and just having fun here. Golf season ends before the hockey season starts, and it's just, I get to golf, play hockey in the morning, golf in the afternoon. I mean, it's a lot for some people, but it's the best time of my life for me. So I'm having a great time here, and everyone's super nice. Met some of my best friends in the world.
Thor Hansen. I'm a forward on the hockey team. I'm a sophomore. I've loved my time at Keene State here. So the first year I didn't actually try for the golf team because I wanted to focus on hockey, make sure I wasn't too busy. But second year, more comfortable with like my class schedule and the coaches and all that, I decided to try out for the team. It's been great so far. Nothing's really overlapped. A little bit of a busy schedule, but it's been awesome being a part of different teams, meeting new people, being able to hang out with both teams. It's been great.
Welcome to Pondside 3. This is our crib, and I'm going to show you around. Follow me. This is our living room, chill area.
This is the spot.
Yeah, this is where we couple laughs here and there, a lot of FIFA games, a lot of NHL, football Sunday. That's where it all goes down in here. I'll show you my room. This is just one of the rooms in here. It's one of the smaller ones. The corner rooms are bigger, but two guys a room. This is an 8-man. We got our hats, kind of just smaller area, so we have a lot of stuff, but we try to keep it clean. A lot of video games go down in here too when people are bothering us. So this is the bathroom. We got a bigger shower over here. Kind of just happened that way. We didn't even get to pick, so. But yeah, I mean, other than that, this is it. It's the same thing over here. Smaller bathroom, smaller shower, but this is it.
Bench racks over there, or dumbbells, cable machines. We got a basketball court here.
Predominantly, we are in here every day, honestly. Organized workouts, though, as a team, usually in season is around 2 to 3 times a week, depending on our practice schedule and our games. But in the off season, this is where everything is. Bikes, cardio's all upstairs. This is mostly weights down here. But you kind of just pick and choose, and you go around and do whatever you think could help you get better at the game.
guys, I'm Peyton Jones. Welcome to the Mills. Come on in. All right. Alex Museball live right here. Our bathroom's right here. The boys are right here.
What are we doing? Welcome to the Mills.
Kitchen. We got our dining room table. My room's to the left and Declan's is to the right.
The athletic and academic support was the reason why I came to Keene State. All around, just feel like I'm supported every day I'm here, and no place better to be.
My favorite part about being here at Keene State is just going downtown, enjoying the community, and also the way they treat us here. Hey, gas lights out.
All right, guys, we're heading over to Lavenlager for wing night. Every Monday, it's 50-cent wings.
We don't miss one, baby.
Some granola, some fruit, honey.
How good does that sound?
Chia seeds, chocolate chips. That's it. That's the thing.
Banana,
cantaloupe, honey, and granola.
Got some pork chops and some mashed potatoes.
The man.
That's about it.
He's XL, by the way.
No. We have one of the best setups I've ever seen, especially at the D3 level.
Our locker room's great. We got a great dry stall. We got great amenities in the room. We got snacks and a great training room.
I love the attention to detail, and one of my favorite things is the glove dryer. One of the best locker rooms I've ever been in. It's top of the line for D3. It doesn't get much better than that.
It has everything we need, really. 4 TVs or something, like 3 or 4. And then we have everything we need. Training room's perfect. So.
Sense of, kind of privacy like an NHL team would have, where, we're located under the stands, kind of tucked away, and it's nice to have that sanctuary before a game to really get dialed in and then go out and win.
Love the training room for us. Being able to stretch and use the bike before games and before practice is huge.
Support we get from the rink and the space that they gave us for the locker room has made it a great transition and a great place to be.
Yeah, very grateful for what we have. One of the big things I feel like is probably the training room and having Deb there for practices and games. It's great whenever you need something.
Oh yeah, locker room's just perfect. Every team is jealous of us, 100%. Even the teams at Keene, all the other teams are jealous. But I love it. We have a great place to do film in there. We have more perks than you could ask for from it's like a D1 locker room. So I love it.
Let me go gather some other intel. Name and badge number.
Get out of here, bro. Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing a lot of talking by myself today, I guess. What's up? I'm gonna be hyperventilating. It's gonna be bad, but we'll see, right, Jack?
Yeah. Name and badge number.
Dude, you should probably start waking up a little earlier.
Oh.
4 blues on the dots, touching all 4 dots.
Oh!
Williams and Owen, we're bumping over. Sound good?
Yeah.
Awesome.
More energy. What are you looking for with more energy?
I just want you to make sure you're doing well in school.
Okay. Oh, all right. I'm with you. Sniz. Yeah.
Sorry. They're bagging us today.
My bad.
Yeah.
You want to go opposite side of them without the puck.
What do you mean?
So if I drop it, it's away from their dude.
No, but I had him beat on the middle. You know what I mean? Sometimes you catch him.
Yeah, the practice vibe for the boys here has been excellent. You know, they've got a really good routine going where they're kind of self-starters. I think you could see that they, you know, they know what time, you know, that you know, their mess around time at the warm-up has ended and it's time to get started. We don't have to blow whistles or anything like that with them. Like, they know the routine. You know, we get a good warm-up in, get the guys moving, get the goalies ready to go. And we like to get up and down the ice a fair bit. We do place an emphasis on shorter practices versus longer practices. I know that a lot of coaches prefer really long practices. For us, we like to keep it to somewhere between 60 and 80 minutes, depending on what we're trying to accomplish. Our view is that if we can't get it done in an hour, we probably shouldn't be trying to do it. And we like it because it keeps the intensity up and it keeps the tempo up for the entire practice, rather than dragging it out for 2 hours or plus 2 hours plus, like when they were in juniors.
There we go.
What you got, Gonzo?
The good one? Ready?
I was a three. 1, 2, 3.
Oh! Yeah.
SEA's going to be a really tough conference this year, especially with teams like Plymouth State, UMass Dartmouth, Norwich. So a lot bigger, stronger guys. So looking forward to competing every day and winning an LEC championship.
So, I mean, if you're looking to come here, we have a great facility, great setup, and we're in a tough conference. It's going to be playing at a lot of cool rinks, a lot of rinks that are going to be pretty packed, and you're going to be playing in great atmospheres, especially at Keene with all the student support and especially the community support as well.
For me, the biggest thing during recruiting was like when I came and visited, I felt like I could see myself at the school. It was very like homey feel. It wasn't too big, as well as the downtown area is really nice. And then finally, obviously, all the amenities we have at the rink are pretty top notch for compared to a lot of D3 schools. And the rink is just down the road. It's not a long drive where a lot of schools around here have. So that was one of the big things for us.
For recruits, you get treated like gold around here. You get a lot of amenities, a lot of access to things. You can go to the rink whenever you want. We get sticks, tape, skates. We get.
And we welcome you back to Keene Ice. Tim Steinberg alongside Ryan Goodwin for the start of the second period here between Southern Maine and the Keene State Owls. Connor Donovan got the Huskies on the board about halfway through the first period on a, I wouldn't say controversial, but a weird goal pass thrown out in front.
I'm going to say controversial on that. I'm going to stand in my controversy. I think that, I don't know, man. I think replay system we need a replay system.
There was contact with Skelton, but the Owls were really all over the Huskies that period as we are underway for the second 20. That one thrown in deep and blown for icing. It looked like Arend had gotten there first, or potentially they gained the line, but Huskies fans in the crowd not happy with the call, but an offensive zone faceoff 10 seconds into the period for Keene State.
Yeah, no, and we talked about it, like, they struggled to score in that first period. We saw it against Franklin Pierce, but I think one thing about Keene State is like once they get one, you know, especially if you let them get on a roll or something like that, that's when it gets really hard to play against this offense.
We saw that last weekend. I love bringing the game up, but it's probably going to get brought up for the rest of my time here at Keene State.
For sure.
Here's a loose puck out in front, jamming at it. The puck's still loose, and Morin is able to jump on top of it. What a miscommunication there from the Huskies.
Yeah, that was almost an easy Keene State goal. Morin has just been saving them all game, really.
There was two really big saves at the end of the first period in the dying seconds. And then that one there with three Owls converging on him. With a loose puck out in front, the entire third line, Festa, Hansen, and Gonzalez. So now 11 saves on the night for Luke Morin. The Owls out shooting the Huskies 11-3, 17 seconds into the second period. Hansen went early, so he'll be thrown out of the draw. Festa will take it. And Southern Maine, Hansen comes away off the draw. First I thought Southern Maine came away with it. Hansen now slips in the circle, and the Owls will go to the power play. So it wasn't a slip, it was a trip on the Southern Maine player. Or interference is the call.
Yeah, that's Cole Brennan's second time, I believe, in the box tonight.
One of the Huskies captains. He'll sit for 2 minutes, and the Owls will have an early power play opportunity here in the second.
Yeah, this is going to be I think this is going to be a really, really big opportunity, to be a defining point for this period for Keene State. They really need this momentum right now.
The Owls' first unit is out there. Crucifiti's lurking just in the neutral zone. That draw goes right off of Morin, and the puck poked away from Crucifiti's. Here comes Connor Donovan. Donovan shoots, and Skelton makes a save. And here's Hansen. He's got numbers 4-on-2 for the Owls. He'll leave it for Peter Unger. He'll mishandle it and takes a check in the corner. And here's Hansen. Up top for House. Both teams 0 for 2 on the power play. Here's House again. He'll shoot, and that one got blocked. Now here's Hansen. Down low. Unger gives it back. Now here's Hansen again. He'll walk in. And wrap it around for Crucifiti's. Marcus Crucifiti's held off the score sheet last night. Here's Hansen, he shoots, and that one just went high. And all the way down to the Owls zone. So Thor Hansen, we've seen, has that power on the shot. As here's Crucifiti's over mid-ice. Latorno, that one thrown down, but out of play. Yes, we will get an offensive zone face-off. A big hit behind the boards there on Latorno. We need some time to fix that cage. 18:21 now remaining in the second period. 47 seconds of power play time for Keene State. The second unit out there now. Here's McBride. Flings one in, and Morin gets the glove on it.
Yeah, good shot right there from McBride. Morin's been really good all night, but I mean, this power play's been kind of a struggle here for Keene. They've kind of struggled to get anything like set up. You know, in that first period, we saw a lot of them getting those setup opportunities, teeing each other up, kind of that kind of thing. We didn't really see that as much here.
They've done a good job possessing it on this power play, just not as many shots or shot attempts that we saw.
Yeah, and I don't think they're getting as many good angles as they were in the first period.
Yeah, Hansen was really cornered to the near boards there a few moments ago on his shift. Now Carney wins a draw. Here's McCauley. He'll shoot, and that one blocked. The puck is up, and it lands behind the net. Here's McBride now. The pass, the shot, the save, the rebound. Carney's denied by Morin. The puck's still loose out in front. Loic Morin is standing on his head. Here's a flutter puck from McBride. That one goes wide. Intercepted by McCauley. The shot deflected high. 10 seconds to go on the Owls man advantage. It's out of the zone, and that will probably do it for the Keene State power play. Here's Chouinard ahead for Carney. Carney couldn't handle it. He'll take a check behind the net. Chouinard goes down in the corner. And now up ahead is Drummy. He'll chip that one along. Stretch pass ahead. The Owls are offside for the moment, but the puck stays in the neutral zone. Here's MacDuff's shot. That one blocked and poked to the far boards. Here's Bischetto. McBride colliding with the ref. Out in front, MacDuff. The puck's still loose. Battling between skates, and that one is flung out by the Owls. Cade Kanaschuk receives. Oh, he can't receive the pass. He was calling for it in the neutral zone, but mishandled it. That shot saved by Skelton. Centering pass attempted by Hoover, but Jarnhow is able to get it out. Chasing after it, Collette. Off of Bischetto, still hovering around the blue line. As Hoover loses it, Collette will get that one in deep. That one thrown down ice, handled by Hoffman. Good pressure from O'Coin. Now here is the freshman. He gets it taken away. The follow-up shot never got through, ends up going behind the net. Here's Drummy, the pad save by Skelton. Whistle blown, and will we get a penalty on the Owls? I believe we will. Looking for the ruling here. No, we won't.
I think maybe it had something to do with the net or something down there. That's what it kind of looked like. It seemed like Skelton had some trouble out in front of the net or something.
I didn't see an arm go up, so I thought if anything, it would have been on Sean Hoffman, but there was really nothing that I saw that would have been penalty material. But an offensive zone face-off here. Huskies first line out there against the Owls third line. Here's Smith. Here's Festa. Bad pass there, intercepted by Drummy. Festa still fighting on the blue line. He's able to get it out. What a play by Luke Festa. Now here comes Thor Hansen. He'll make some space over to Festa on the far hash. Taken away by Brennan, but kept in by the Owls. Now here's Gonzalez. One-timer goes wide. Player goes down behind the net. Still working is Festa. Here's Hansen, he'll shoot. That one never got through. Now here's Gonzalez. A shot from outside, and I don't think that one caught Morin either. Here's Festa. Off the boards, glove there, nicely. Cross-ice pass. And the Owls couldn't handle it. Now here's Sinopoulos. He gets tripped up, taken down, and there will be no penalty called, but Simopoulos went flying into the Owls' net, took it all the way to the back boards.
Knocked the pegs right off, completely out.
My eyes, that looked like a trip there. There was no call.
Yeah, I think that was a lucky break there for the Owls, for sure. It was a really good move by Simopoulos. He kind of cut through. I mean, you're the one that probably knows more about geeks than I do, but
yeah, it was a good feed through the defender's stick. Good move, obviously, to draw the penalty. That's a great way to draw a penalty. He goes down. He doesn't get the call though. All right, here's Roberto. Takes a hit from McBride. McBride goes down. Here's Carney now working with some space up to Unger. Chipped ahead, looking for Chrysophides. Chrysophides will get there in the near corner. Here's McCauley. He'll shoot. That one goes wide. Carney couldn't get a stick on it. Now here come the Huskies in transition, and they're offsides. Jordan Bezio had a good break, but Nick Vincent had trouble hugging the blue line.
Yeah, the Owls caught a break right there. That was a really good entry if they could have kept it onside, but
14:23 to go here in the second period. The Owls out shooting Southern Maine 15-5. Yet the Huskies lead 1-0 thanks to Connor Donovan. Now here's Hoffman. Fontaine will get that one in deep. Watkin plays it behind his net. Stretch pass ahead, mishandled by Grondin. Gives time for Lindholm to get back. He'll throw a hit. A good chance there for Isaac Grondin, but now holding on to Lindholm's skate. The shot from outside, it got blocked, and now here comes Jack Lindholm. 3-on-2, he'll chip that one ahead. Great play there defensively by Cam Watkin. Now here's Iwat. Taken away by Gray, but the Huskies get it back. Now Arend turned away by Skelton. That one, it was a lead pass for Hagen. And now here's Fontaine. Off glass, he'll get into the zone. He'll chase after it on his own. Now that one thrown on goal, Morin turns it away. And now ahead for Arend. Great skating there by Smith, and he blocks the pass. Great defensive play there by Jason Smith. Now Donovan gets it up top. The shot is blocked. That time it was Mikey Collette, and Jarno will throw it out. Collette putting the pressure on Brennan. Great hit there. Huskies still have control, but what pressure from the Owls' fourth line. Now the pass goes out. Jarno, the puck was still loose, an early whistle. Morin still was able to jump on top of it, but Philip Jarnall had a good chance there.
Yep, whistle happy a little bit right there. That's a bad break for the Owls. I mean, Morin just kind of let that thing fizzle right out in front of him. And
I'm not sure if maybe he had it at first, maybe it hit the side, like the toe of his blade, or maybe the side of the post that caused it to jump out in front of the net as he was trying to get a glove on it.
Yeah, it just didn't look like he secured possession. The refs blowing the whistle dead. I mean, I don't know. We've seen a couple weird dead plays here today, and it's just kind of odd.
Still an offensive zone faceoff for the Owls. The third line out there, the line that started the game. Hanson, Festa, and Gonzalez. Ethan Hoover goes early, so he'll be tossed out of the circle. Owls looking for something here, seeing if Ethan McDuff went early, but the puck still dropped. And kept in by Gonzalez, the whistle blown. What do we have here? Did the puck go out of the zone? And it looks like it did. My point of view, I don't think it did, but...
I don't think it did either.
Head referee is Michael Natalie. He was the referee here on Saturday against Franklin Pierce when the game really started to get out of hand in the third period. Big hit behind the net there. The Owls starting to play a little more physical. As that pass is taken away, here's McBride. Walks the line, fires a shot. It's turned away by Morin. Now played down low. Here's Gonzalez. A shot from McCauley. It got blocked. McBride, the follow-up deflected high. Southern Maine has a lot of block shots here tonight. As that puck stays in for the time being, Hanson still working on the boards. Now here's Festa for Gonzalez. Puck still in between the circles. Great play there by Hanson, but the Huskies able to get it out. And a penalty is called on the Owls. That was on Hanson. There's a bang-bang play there. Looked like he made more possession or contact with the puck. Both players went down.
I don't know. I thought it was a good flying poke.
Some late contact there. And then right in front of the Owls bench, and that's Jubrin.
Yeah, and they're probably not going to send him to the box either because they just like to do that. Yep, there he goes, back to his bench, unscathed, scot-free. We saw that a lot with Franklin Pierce. It was brutal. It was bad. You remember that.
I do.
Owls taking shots and just being the ones going to the box.
So now the third power play opportunity for Southern Maine. Off a tripping call on Hanson. And first attempt the Owls get, they clear it out. And the Owls putting pressure on the penalty kill. This is something we don't see too often. But a quick skater like Boschetto maybe is able to put on that pressure as he can get back in time quickly. Keene State 0 for 3 on the power play. This is the Huskies' third chance. But do not have the same fate as Keene State. Now middle of the ice, here's a Rend, he'll shoot the pad, save, and Simopolis couldn't put a home. The follow-up, it's on the goal line, the puck battling for it, they shove away at it, the whistle's blown. It's whistled, no goal, Skelton's on top of it. Owen Drummy has 2 sticks, Sean Hoffman wants a stick back, Drummy won't let go of it. And he'll drop it on the ground, that is soft play there from Owen Drummy.
That was an amazing save by Ben Skelton, though. I mean, that was, I don't know how you cover that end of the net.
Hoffman and Drummy still talking it over. Hoffman has a solid 5 inches on him, maybe more. So not really the smartest idea from Drummy.
No, but it's just, even just not, it's just a shallow move. It doesn't look good.
17 to go on the Huskies power play, 10:57 left in the second period. Off the draw, it's Smith whacking it away, keeping it in is Brennan. The shot from O'Coin goes high. Here's Brennan again. Great play there by Collette, blocking the pass. Back over to O'Coin. He'll fire one down low, off the stick of Drummy. Koschel plays it off the glass, and the Owls are able to get it out. Here's Collette. He'll shoot, and that one goes way wide. Still putting the pressure on the Huskies is Mike Collette. He's been great on the penalty kill so far tonight. The Owls bench loves it. And now he's got to get back. Here's Drummy. Simopolis. Behind the net, Smith. Here's Gray. He'll clear that one down ice.
Big line change there for the Owls. They did a terrific job from that first line group.
Halfway through the middle frame here. 15 seconds now on the man advantage. Here's Carney. And goes to the stick of Brennan. Chipped ahead, played up boards by McCauley. Now here's Chase Carney. He'll cut to the middle of the ice, he'll shoot, and it will go wide. Back to even strength. A great kill from the Owls. A firing shot from Gonzalez on the surprise, but it goes wide. Now here's McDuff. Mishandles the puck, regains control, and we'll get it in deep. Skelton comes out of his cage to play it. McCauley off the top of the glass, so that is considered out of play. I was looking, I was going to say, is it going to hit the netting? Is it not? It ends up hitting the top of the glass, which is out of play. So it will be a defensive zone face-off for the Owls.
We saw a bunch of players also kind of anticipating it hitting the net, thinking maybe it was going to come down, maybe it wasn't, but
another packed house. This place keeps getting busier and busier for the doubleheader here. Halfway through the men's game here. We started at 3:30. A shot off the draw is blocked. A woman will start at 7 p.m. They'll be taking on Norwich. Behind the net, Hoffman wraps up the offensive player. It's chipped out of play. That was Nick Vincent, I believe, behind the net was Sean Hoffman. Now Hoffman, the tallest player out there on both teams, standing 6'7". He's like the Zdeno Chara of Keene State hockey.
That's good. I like that metaphor.
So knocks Vincent to the ice there. Bezio in the corner. Player goes down, no arm goes up, and puck out of play. Essentially, the Owls getting away with another trip there, at least from my point of view.
Yeah, that's one of the things the refs haven't really been very strict about is those tripping calls. We've seen a tripping call for the Boss, but we've seen a lot of missed calls too. Letting him play.
Now puck still on the tie-up. Coming away with it is Nick Vincent. Pass out in front from a tough angle. Skelton makes the save. Now here's Chrysophides. Off the stick, here's Peter Unger with some speed. Peter Unger in on goal, gets knocked down, and the puck ends up going wide. There wasn't any contact there, clean play, just unfortunate for Unger. Now here he is in the corner. Off the foot of Chrysophides, Hoffman will cross corner dump it. And flung down ice to the stick of Jack Lindholm in his own end. Off boards, Unger is able to chip it in briefly, but a good play there by Donovan. Good hit there on Savicki. But the Huskies get it back. Now behind the net, Lindholm. He'll leave it for House. House, the captain of this Owls team. That went off a shin. The Owls on sides. Jarnhell gets it in deep. The Owls fourth line out there. Some frustration heard throughout the rink. Good stick there by House. Keeping the puck in the neutral zone. Here's Arend. Taken away by Mikey Collette. He'll gain the zone. He'll shoot, and it goes wide. May have caught a piece of the glove of Morin. Now here's House. He's got some time. Southern Maine in the middle of a change. That one caught the foot of Bischetto, but before the red line, so it is blown for an icing.
Yeah, Keene State has looked so good in this game on the offensive side. They've just had so many opportunities at this point. I wouldn't blame them for being frustrated. I don't know about you, Teddy, but I would understand being frustrated, but man, they're so close. You can tell that this team is really close to scoring something.
Loic Morin has made some beautiful saves. The Owls have more than double the shots of Southern Maine. They outshoot them 17-8. I'm sure Owls fans will love for them to break the ice. There's a lot of Owls students sitting behind Morin right now. Obviously, that's the offensive end for Keene State. That one never got touched, and icing is waved off there. A tricky call. Jason Smith never knew where it was. Here's Brennan, and a great block by Philip Jarno. He'll go for a change. That one might sting in the morning. Here's Drummy. Pass gets blocked by House. Now Collette off a body. Bischetto takes a hit at the red line, but gets it in deep. Owls third line out there. First defensive pairing. Now good pressure from Gonzalez. Hansen down there too. Hansen comes away with it. Now here's Kyle Gonzalez up top for McBride. Into the skates, McCauley, that shot blocked and out of the zone. Good puck movement, but even better defense from the Huskies. McCauley will get it off glass and in deep. The Owls on sides. Here's a shot and a beautiful glove save by Morin on Festa.
Yeah, you're not going to get a better opportunity than Festa had right there. And I mean, Morin has just looked unbelievable at this point. I mean, he has just stopped anything that comes his way. Only a freshman, too.
Saves like those remind me of Henrik Lundqvist. Yeah. Getting down on his seat and flashing the leather.
The snap in the wrist, too.
Yeah.
You know, like that snap.
As a goaltender, obviously I wasn't a goaltender growing up, but I know many people who are goaltenders, and usually they tend to over-exaggerate it, but it's always so much fun.
It's so much more fun to watch it over-exaggerate.
The other team, it annoys them, too. It's like, why do you keep doing that? Well, it's fun. Here's Chrysophides on near hash. Now the ref in the way of Peter Unger. Unable to get to it and thrown cross corner by Kanaschuk. McBride in the corner.
I mean, you ask why they over-exaggerate those saves so much. It's because we have an amazing editing team, amazing camera work, jaw flicks.
Yep.
You gotta make yourself look good for those videos. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like,
Now the whistle was blown. I'm not sure if that was because of a hand pass or a high stick. From my point of view, I may have to look back into the rule book. I'm pretty sure you can defensive hand pass in the and you can hand pass in the defensive zone, but maybe I missed something. Here's Christofides ahead for Unger. Good hit by Kearney there. Here's Peter Unger. Christofides, that one got deflected. It goes wide. And out of the zone, here's Hoffman. Wanted to give it to McBride. McBride in the middle of the change. Owls. Are they called for too many men or offsides? And so Peter Unger gets absolutely pulverized from the corner. He did shoot it after the whistle. We'll see what we have here. Peter, just chaos have erupted at Keene Ice. I understand the response. I understand the confusion by Peter Unger. But then again, we'll see what we have here. Adrian Drubrin is getting talked to by one of the linesmen. And he will go to the box. Will we have an Owl go to the box as well? It doesn't look like it. Looks like Peter Unger is all right for the time being. He got dropped.
he got absolutely drilled on that. That was rough.
We'll see what the call is and how long the penalty will be for. As if, obviously, if we had a replay and it was sound as well, Unger's shot came at a very similar time to the whistle. I understand the response. You don't want a player shooting at your goalie post whistle, but
I get that. Yeah.
I know Peter Unger knew. There will be a 2-minute minor. So the Owls on the power play, 4:51 to go in the second. Up top, House. Cross for Christofides. He'll get it back. Here's Christofides walking in. He shoots and it goes high. Now here's Hansen. Christofides again. Up top, House. Hansen shoots. And that one caught a piece of Morin.
Yeah, everything's getting a piece of Morin right now.
All the way down. And now here's House. Ahead for Christofides. Good coordination there to catch that pass. The Owls are on sides. Christofides down low for Unger. Up top, Hansen. Here's House. Back to Hansen. Cross ice, Christofides. He'll shoot, and that one goes high as well. Hansen works on the near hash. Great pressure from the Owls. Here's Unger. House. Back to Hansen, down low. Looking for Gonzalez. It goes by him, but Unger is there behind the cage. In the corner now, Gonzalez. 45 to go. The shot from Hansen. It was loose out in front, and Morin is able to cover it. So an outside shot from Hansen, and Loic Morin still continues to impress.
Yeah, I mean, he's been unbelievable to this point, but I really think the Owls are really the team who's playing better in this game, though. You know, they are the better team tonight. They have been the better team. They just need to find a goal because they need to prove to themselves that they can score on more. They need to prove to themselves. You know, that's what they're struggling with right now is they feel like he's unbeatable.
And we saw this somewhat last night. Obviously, Babson was still ahead 2-1 in the second period, but they could not break Ben Skelton, and they eventually did later in the third. We'll see if the Owls are able to pull off some of that late magic, maybe here in the second period, to at least get them on the board.
And he still has 42 seconds on the power play. That's definitely good enough time to set something up for sure.
Kearney will line up to take the draw. He'll win it back. McBride trapped at the top of the blue line. Good puck movement. McCauley shoots, and the save is made by Morin. Now Kearney couldn't handle it. Here's Hagen. He gets to Donovan. They're able to get it out of the zone and eventually throw it down ice. Now here's McBride. Up for Chase Kearney. Cross ice here. Here's McCauley. He'll cut back. And out of the zone. McBride chasing after it. 5 seconds to go on the Owls power play. And we're back to even strength here. And bad pass there, intercepted. Vincent shoots, and it goes wide. That one mishandled at the blue line by Ilott. It goes out of the zone. And Roberto will fire that one back in. Here's Vincent, that one off a stick. And off the top of the glass. Here's Bezio, he'll shoot, Skelton makes the save. Now Roberto, he'll shoot, that one never got through. Going down is Grondin, still fighting for the puck, and the Owls are going to get called for a penalty. Some late shoves there from Roberto. Chouinard didn't like any of that.
Chouinard's going to go, though. He cross-checked him on the ground.
Yeah.
Clear as day.
We'll see if there's maybe another penalty called. I'm not too sure, though. It will just go on the Owls. I believe they're actually going to get Joe Fontaine here for the penalty.
Yeah, and that's a really tough break because that kind of takes you out of the possibility of probably scoring a goal before the end of this period. It's going to give, and then it's going to give Southern Maine an opportunity to extend their lead at the end of this period, which would be really dangerous for the Owls.
The Owls still able to get their better penalty killers out there. 2:14 to go in the second period. 2-minute power play for the Huskies. Off the tie-up, it's Arend. That shot never got through. Sinopoulos left the rebound, and Skelton makes the save on Bezio.
Yeah, it's getting really chippy now too. You can tell this game's going to get out of hand pretty quick.
Well, we've seen stuff like this between these two schools and other sports. Obviously, this past week, USM and Keene State has been very eventful. On Wednesday night, we had the women's soccer LEC semifinal. Southern Maine took down the Owls in overtime. That one was here at Dr. Ron Butcher Field. And then on Thursday night, the Owls pulled out a shootout win in field hockey in the LEC semifinal. That was a stunner and a great game to call. That was with Ryan Goodwin against Southern Maine. They came back from down 2-0 in the fourth quarter, scored with 13 seconds left to force overtime, and then the sixth round of the shootout, Grace Basin won it. Now that shot's blocked. Collette is able to get it out of the zone. A good stick there by Brennan to knock it down. But the pass goes right to Collette. He'll fire that one in deep. Now good move along the boards by Brennan. He'll fire a cross-ice pass. Here's O'Coin. Simopoulos. Leaves it over for Arend. Down low. Tries to find O'Coin. The puck's still out in front, and it's cleared away. Now here's Arend. O'Coin, that one off the side of the cage.
Owls are disorganized here.
Here's Arend. O'Coin feels the pressure and couldn't connect with Arend. That one goes all the way down.
Yeah, that was just a couple scary moments there. They seemed a little unorganized. They kind of lost their shape for a second. A couple open opportunities.
1 minute to go here in the second period. 45 seconds left on the Huskies' man advantage. Here's O'Coin cutting in. He'll score! Ben O'Coin picks the corner, and just like that, it's 2-0 Southern Maine.
Yeah, we talked about him in the pregame. We knew he was going to be lethal. We knew he was going to be a problem tonight. He was going to find his way on the score sheet somehow, and that's a killer for Keene. That's a big killer.
That was an absolute missile.
Yeah, now we know why he scored 6.
Right inside the top left corner on Skelton. He really had no chance. That one had eyes.
Yeah, he's putting the conference on notice right now.
Still rocking the full silver cage that not many people use, but doesn't really matter for style points if you're burying goals all season long.
Yeah, absolutely. Literally.
Now the Owls find themselves down 2-0, under a minute to go here in the second period. And the game that really has been all Keene State, at least from my point of view. Here's McBride. A stick from behind of Donovan. Carney last shove on Drummy, and Are we going to get a penalty?
Yes, we are.
We will. It will be a hold. And that one will go on, I thought it was Donovan. He's still at center ice right now. Yeah, now he'll get a pat on the back by the referee. It looked like that's what I saw on McBride there on the board. So now the Owls, 28 seconds left in the period. A minor for holding on Donovan.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good scenario. I mean, if you don't score here in the next 28 seconds, you'll have about a $1.30 in the next period and third to start off.
Be nice to get one here and really cut the lead in half. The whistle blown, someone went early. And it was Hansen. So Gonzalez will take the draw. Unger back to House. Over Chrysophides. Back in the middle. Hansen. The puck's still loose out in front. Morin jumps on top of it again.
He's just...
The Owls can't seem to break the barrier of Loic Morin. Only 9 seconds passed, so they still got some time here in the offensive zone on the power play for the rest of this period at least. Hansen lines up against Drummy. And Unger will feed it back to the point. Here's Hansen. He'll work a tight spin. The shot goes high. And cleared out by the Huskies. And that will do it for the second period. Hagen will play it back. The clock hits 0. And Southern Maine leads the Owls 2-0 thanks to a last-minute goal by Ben O'Coin. We'll be back in about 15 minutes once again for the start of the third period here on the Owls Media Network.
A single thread is unique. Like each of us, full of purpose and potential. A strand designed to connect, strengthen, and unite. But we face different challenges and have different opportunities. By acknowledging that others may struggle in ways we do not, we can celebrate our differences, embrace each other, and fortify the ties among us. A single thread can fray, yet when it's woven with another, a bond forms. A new strength created by the fabric of the whole. Let's embrace the fabric we make together, the diversity of our threads, to reach beyond ourselves and overcome the impossible. The true power of our game comes from unifying our individual backgrounds, connecting our unique stories, enabling us to be stronger, braver, greater. We can achieve so much more when we are all as one.
What a season! The confetti is gonna fall.
There she goes, and she's got it. How sweet is this, and how wonderful for the sport.
New Car Nissan of Keene has over 2,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. The largest selection of new Nissans in New Hampshire. Plus, every new Nissan comes with New Car's complimentary 20-year, 200,000-mile protection plan. And will deliver your new car anywhere in the Granite State for free. Come explore our stunning new state-of-the-art facility. Visit New Car Nissan of Keene today and discover why everyone loves a new car.
We know you will find your community along Appian Way here at Keene State College. over a campfire on the Student Center lawn, in some friendly games and competition, or in a club you connect to at the Student Involvement Fair. Maybe you will find your people on the courts, in a cheering section in the stands, at the rink on the ice, skating as an owl, or chilling in the yoga studio. Your connections may take place on the quad, listening to music, hanging out with friends, participating in a Keene State tradition like Pumpkin Palooza, or working on a group project, studying with classmates. Maybe your talents will bring you together with your community on one of our stages, in the Maine Theater, or the recital hall at the Redfern Arts Center. For us, community is all about the people you meet and the connections you make. At Keene State, our community is really about you.
College sports fans, get ready for game day with officially licensed merchandise from the NCAA official online shop, ncaa.com/shop. Get the whole family geared up with the best collection of apparel and accessories, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, headwear, championship gear, and more. Visit the NCAA shop for today's special offer and rep your favorite team now. Only at ncaa.com/shop.
I remember writing in the second grade that I wanted to be a teacher, and I always knew that I was going to be a teacher. I started school a year early, and it created challenges for me because I wasn't able to pick up material as fast as the other students. Outside of school, my jaju would quiz me on my math facts and read with me. It showed me that even though I had challenges in school, there were still people who wanted to help me. In high school, I knew I had to work harder than everyone else to get the same results, but I had teachers that would help me in subject areas outside of their own because they could relate to how I felt. The way these interactions with my Jaju and my teachers made me feel while I was learning is the inspiration for how I'd like my students to feel. I'm able to build relationships and be vulnerable with my students when they're struggling because I've been in their shoes and I know exactly how they feel. Being able to relate to them from my own experience has become a massive asset in becoming a teacher.
My name is Irini Stefanakos. I am an environmental studies graduate from Keene State. I just always had a passion for being outdoors and outdoor activities, so I figured why not choose a path where I can do that in my work. I did an internship with the Harris Center for Conservation my senior year. The best part for me was learning really what I wanted to do with my life, with my education. That internship really gave me the confidence and experience to go out and land a job as an aquatic biologist for Water and Wetlands in Grafton, Massachusetts. At Water and Wetland, we take part in the management of local ponds and lakes throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. I typically spend my days collecting basic water quality data to monitor the health of these ponds and lakes, while also sometimes conducting herbicide and algicide treatments. This job is very niche, and the fact that it's aquatic based, I didn't think that's the path I would go, but here we are, and it's actually really cool, and I'm enjoying it a lot. So.
I worked in HVAC when I was in high school, and I really liked being on a job site. When Keene State came to my high school, the admissions counselor told me I could have a job on a job site and also make a difference on people's lives. He said being a safety engineer meant I could work with my hands, but also make sure that everybody was going to be home safely at the end of the day. The safety field is growing rapidly because companies are noticing that keeping their workers healthy means that they can keep their workers working. My plan is to graduate from Keene State so I can get back onto a job site as a safety engineer. It's great because there's jobs to choose from all over the United States, so I can basically go anywhere I want. Keene State is giving me the tools to make that happen.
A single thread is unique. Like each of us, full of purpose and potential. A strand designed to connect, strengthen, and unite. But we face different challenges and have different opportunities. By acknowledging that others may struggle in ways we do not, we can celebrate our differences, embrace each other, and fortify the ties among us. A single thread can fray, yet when it's woven with another, a bond forms. A new strength created by the fabric of the whole. Let's embrace the fabric we make together, the diversity of our threads, to reach beyond ourselves and overcome the impossible. The true power of our game comes from unifying our individual backgrounds, connecting our unique stories, enabling us to be stronger, braver, greater. We can achieve so much more when we are all as one.
What a season. The confetti is going to fall.
Here she goes, and she's got it. How sweet is this, and how wonderful for the sport.
This is Paul Sullivan of Sullivan Tire Company. We're thrilled to be sponsoring the Keene State College Athletic Program, supporting the Owls. No matter what the sport is, in Division III, they are legendary. What a great academic institution, liberal arts school, in a beautiful part of New England. So let's go, you Owls, and remember at Sullivan Tire, we're always here to get you there. Thank you.
My name is Irini Stefanakos. I am an environmental studies graduate from Keene State. I just always had a passion for being outdoors and outdoor activities, so I figured why not choose a path where I can do that in my work. I did an internship with the Harris Center for Conservation my senior year. The best part for me was learning really what I wanted to do with my life, with my education. That internship really gave me the confidence and experience to go out and land a job as an aquatic biologist for Water and Wetlands in Grafton, Massachusetts. At Water and Wetland, we take part in the management of local ponds and lakes throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. I typically spend my days collecting basic water quality data to monitor the health of these ponds and lakes, while also sometimes conducting herbicide and algicide treatments. This job is very niche, and that the fact that it's aquatic based, I didn't think that's the path I would go, but here we are, and it's actually really cool, and I'm enjoying it a lot. So.
Welcome back here to the Owls Media Network for the start of the third period. Teddy Steinberg alongside Ryan Goodwin, Southern Maine and Goodwin, pardon me. I'm thinking last night. I'm with Ryan Anderson. I had a mistake last night on an introduction, so.
Oh my goodness, it's all right.
Fun stuff. Anyways, we look at the LEC scoreboard here. Babson absolutely unloaded on WestCon, 7-0 the final there. It really shows how well the Owls played them last night.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and WestCon's a new team though. You gotta remember they're very fresh. Babson's been around for a while.
Plymouth State tied with Castleton in the second period. New England College also tied at 0 in the second period with Norwich. And Southern Maine leading the Owls 2-0 here, thanks to goals in the first period by Connor Donovan and Ben Alcoin on the power play late in the last minute of the second period. That was an absolute snipe, and giving the Huskies a little bit more insurance.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've talked about it before. 2-goal lead is the hardest lead in hockey. You know, and you got to remember the Owls are starting on the power play here. They need a strong offensive presence from the get-go if they want to get back in this game. They really dug themselves a deeper hole with that 2-goal deficit. That was a really crucial hit by Southern Maine delivered to Keene.
They've also run into a hot goaltender. Luke Morin has been standing on his head all afternoon.
If there's anybody that's going to get the MVP tonight, if this game stands the way it is right now, it's got to be Luke Morin. You know, like he's been terrific all night.
20 saves to this time as we are underway here for the third period. Now that one off a body into the zone. Good stick lift there. Now here's Chrysophides. He'll work on the line. Cuts in the corner. Up top, Hansen. Or pardon me, House. Heel hit and over to Hansen. Unger's pass gets blocked and cleared out of the zone. So the Owls still have a full minute on the power play. Pressure coming from Southern Maine. That one left for Chrysophides. He's able to work around one defender. Pressure coming from Hagen. He runs right into the ref, and the referee goes down. Able to get up all right. It's a tough collision there, as that one is cleared away. Just some tough breaks for the Owls in terms of puck luck, in terms of the referee positioning. As here's Declan House getting it in deep. He'll take a hit along the boards. A shot from outside, easy pad save there for Morin. Now here's Chrysophides. He'll cut, leaves it for Gonzalez. Up top, Hansen. Here's House. He shoots. The save is made. The rebound goes to Unger. Out in front, and another save made by Morin. Now Unger still with it. 5 seconds to go on the man advantage. Chrysophides shoots, and another save with a screen in front by Morin. Huskies are able to kill off the power play from the Owls. Keene State still applying the pressure. Hansen keeps that one in with his hand. That one hit off a Southern Maine player, so no hand pass as Chrysophides touched it. Still in the feet of multiple players, and a hand pass is called. So really no one had direct possession with their stick. It was really bouncing around between legs and skates, so we'll still have an offensive zone faceoff, so potentially a hand pass called on Southern Maine.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good break for the Owls. Yeah. I mean, it's one of the few good breaks they've had here tonight. They've really just had the bad luck
That's Kearney out there, taking the draw.
Wow, Norwich women's team has a massive roster. I'm sorry, I'm just watching them file in right now. They're still not, it's still, oh my goodness.
Very strong team. Pickpocketed there, Kearney. Here's Gray. Kearney gets leveled right in the entrance of the zone. McCauley gets thrown into the bench. And it's out of the zone there. So Southern Maine has come out very physical in the first just over 2 minutes here of the third period. And here's McBride. He'll cut to the center off a stick. Off glass, still in. Kicked in bounds, or sorry, in the zone by Sean McBride. McCauley battles in the corner, that one cleared away. Icing is signaled, and it is blown. So a wobbling puck there, was able to gain past the goal line. McBride still showed effort to get there. Good play by him. So an offensive zone face-off for Keene State.
Yeah, and this is another offensive zone face-off where Keene's going to have a bit of an advantage here. And it's just been hard for them to get anything going. They need something. You know what I mean? Right now, it's just you need something for the Owls.
We saw this last night. Chouinard off the side of the cage. Christofides, the save by Morin. We saw this last night where that one deflected wide off the stick of Lindholm. They switched up the centers. I think it was off a power play. They have it like that now. Chouinard ended up centering Christofides and Unger in the third period, and Kearney centered Gray and Fontaine. A shot, that one just goes just over Skelton. Now here's Letourneau. Nice chip pass there. The Owls have a 2-on-1. Over to Unger, too far for Unger's stick. That pass came from Zach Chouinard. That one goes out of the zone. Smith fires it back in. Christofides is offside, and he'll retreat. Unger a little bit shaken up, heading to the bench. That one cleared in. Skelton gets a glove on it, leaves it for his defenseman. Now in the middle of the ice, here's Thor Hansen. Good pass there. Here's Gonzalez off the pipe. The Owls finally had a chance to beat Morin. That's their second crossbar of the afternoon. Now cutting in, Festa gets it knocked away. Big hit there on Gavin Simopoulos. And Festa slow to get up. He's in some pain. That's not a sight you want to see. Gonzalez's shot gets blocked. Festa immediately leaving the bench area after the hit. Here's Hansen. He'll take the shoulder. That one thrown in by Gonzalez. Hansen and Gonzalez will go for a change. That's a tough blow to the Owls' third line.
Yeah, Festa's a terrific third liner for this team. I mean, he's been one of their more solid offensive players through their first short history of time here.
Yeah, 11 career points, 6 career goals. All those came last season. Still yet to record his first point of this year. Now some shoulders thrown at the blue line. Players working for it in the corner. McBride gets it over to Mikey Collette. That one kept in. Now here's Grondin. He'll put that one back in the corner. Here's Bezio. Now Vincent, that one is saved by Skelton and covered for a whistle. So we'll see what adjustments head coach Bobby Rodrigue will make with the absence of Luke Festa for now, as he'll go get checked out in the locker room. At first it looked like, he was kind of gliding off on one knee as if he had lost a blade, but you could tell he was in some pain.
It looked like he blew out something in his knee or something. That's what I mean. It looked like he didn't have any motion. Like, He looked like he couldn't even extend that left leg. That was what I was scared about. I mean, usually you can see someone limp to the bench or something like that, but he wasn't even limping. He was crawling,
The Owls already missing 2 players that would be playing due to injury. Alex Muthersbaugh is out with an arm injury, and Shane Mazer is out with a concussion. Bouncing puck gets over the stick of Letourneau. Pressure coming from Fontaine. Nice pass there to Connor Donovan. Hoffman couldn't get the stick on it, and it goes into the Owls zone. 14:20 to go here in the final frame. Lindholm will fire that one in. A bouncing puck handled by Morin, and he'll get a whistle. Now Lindholm throwing some shoves out in front. 14:12 to go.
Man, it just seems like there's just not a spark right now for this Owls team. It just seems like they're just not playing to a... I just think they're not playing like the way they want to play, and they're just kind of like letting themselves get down at this point. I think they need something to happen here.
That top line for Keene State is out there. Carney, Unger, and Christofides. That one taken away from Marcus Christofides, but he'll get it back. Here's Chase Carney. Makes a move. Now behind the net. Cycles that one to House. Christofides couldn't handle at the top of the circle. And now here come the Huskies. Pass for Ilott. He couldn't handle it, and he'll just throw it in deep. Now the Owls defenseman having trouble with the puck behind the net. That one thrown wide by Cade Kanaschuk. Centering pass through the skates of Kanaschuk. And now here's Guatkin. Leaves it for Ilott. Fans on the pass. And that one flicked ahead. Unger was unaware. And Christofides couldn't get there in time. That one off glass. McBride. Owls with the delayed offsides. And now here comes Ethan McDuff. To the far boards. Pressured from Gonzalez. Up top to Ilott. Cross ice, a shot and gloved by Skelton. Exactly 7 minutes have passed here in the third period. Huskies still leading the Owls 2-0 despite being outshot 25-13. Look at head coach Matt Pinchensky in his third season, looking to keep his boys in the right mindset. Try and put this game away as soon as possible. Following this game at about 7 p.m., the start of Keene State Women's Hockey home opener will take place here on the Owls Media Network. You'll have me and Carson Flake on the call for that one. They'll be taking on the Norwich Cadets. Very strong team. Giveaway here. Gonzalez, that shot blocked. Really seemed like he rushed it. Here's Mikey Collette. The centering pass goes through the blue paint. No one home. Here's Simopoulos. Ahead for Drummy. Too far for O'Coin. He had a breakaway.
That's the one man you do not want on the breakaway right now.
Owls staying on sides. Here's Gonzalez. A beautiful pass there. In on goal and put just high by Chouinard. Morin may have got a piece of it, but a prime opportunity point blank for Zach Chouinard. Here's Simopoulos now. Drops it back to Roberto. 12 minutes to go here. Tripped up is Chouinard, and the penalty is called. The Owls will go to a power play.
Yeah, this is going to be a big opportunity here for the Owls. It's been hard on the power play tonight. I mean, especially for them in the second and third period. I mean, they had a really good setup in the first period, and they've kind of lost it a little bit. I think the frustration's starting to settle in a bit more.
Ben O'Coin will get called. 2 minutes for the trip. Yeah, it's a big moment, a big power play here for Keene State to get on the board. That puck goes straight to the stick of John Hagan. It goes into the Huskies bench, and it will be an offensive zone faceoff. That one went off an Owl's stick, so another lucky break there. Keene State 0 for 5 on the power play here tonight. Southern Maine 1 for 4. This will be a big time to get their first goal of the afternoon. Draws one back. Over to Christofides. He shoots, and a big block there from Caden Ilott. Now here comes Connor Donovan. He'll shoot. That one goes high on Skelton. Got through everyone. And Christofides will leave it behind the net. Mishandled there by House. He'll fire across ice, Chrysophides. Now good stick lift there by Donovan. Drops it back. Hagen not ready for it. And now here comes Peter Unger. 3-on-2. Drops it back, Hansen. Down low, Gonzalez. Hansen works, finds some open ice. He shoots it high. Now House caught a high stick there, goes uncalled. Hansen fires, deflected high. Follow-up from Unger, glove down. Now here's Chrysophides, a wobbling puck blocked as well. Under a minute to go on the man advantage. Here's McBride. Hansen and Chrysophides calling for it. McBride fires it off the boards. Here's Peter Unger. Down low, Chrysophides, the wraparound chance denied by Morin. Here's Hansen, another shot goes high. Now Gonzalez. McBride. Gonzalez, the one-timer, deflected wide by Unger. 30 seconds to go on the man advantage. Chrysophides, cross-ice Gonzalez. Hansen fires from a tough angle off the post. And cleared away by the Huskies. Loic Morin is a brick wall. The freshman has shown out here at Keene Ice in his 4th career game. Now here's Carney moving in, thrown down by 2 Husky defenders, and the Owls will get another penalty. Another power play, another delayed penalty on the Huskies. So 6-man out there, that pass intercepted by Drummy. So the Owls will get another power play here, 9:45 to go in the 3rd. It's going to be a hooking call. This one will go on Isaac Grondin, the sophomore out of Yarmouth, Maine.
Yeah, I think this is really going to be the one, have to be the one that's going to be the one for them to score. I really think that they've just become so close. This move just we've seen every possibility of a shot tonight except the goal from Keene State. We've seen crossbar, post, behind the net, over the net, into the netting, off of every single pad that Morin has on right now. Like, it has been a tough night.
So Keene State now with their 7th power play of the afternoon. They're 0 for 6 so far. Now a coin went early. Simopoulos will take the draw against Chase Carney. Now McCauley fighting for it on the boards. And Simopoulos, great effort there, getting it out of the zone. Here's McBride. Now we'll second unit out there, getting that first unit some rest. Off the skates of Carney and taken away. Drummy chases after it. McBride gets there first. Now one thrown back down ice by Hunter Savicki. The Owls had beautiful zone time on the last power play. Now in the first 30 seconds of this one, they can't seem to enter it. Now one ahead in the skates of Chouinard. Tries to fire one into the middle of the ice, and it's thrown back down by Donovan. That's Sean Hoffman waiting at the blue line for the Owls. Interesting play there on the power play. Here's Chrysophides now. Off the stick of Hansen, he couldn't handle it. Down low, Unger. Back to Chrysophides. 50 seconds left on the man advantage. Hansen shoots the save. Hoffman tries to find the rebound, and it's cleared away once again. What penalty kill by the Huskies. Southern Maine special teams has really been the big factor here tonight. The perfect 6 for 6 on the penalty kill, 1 for 4 on the power play. And here's House. Chrysophides couldn't handle it too far for the stick of Marcus Chrysophides. Thrown down, a good hit behind the net there. Here's Sean Hoffman. 10 seconds left on the man advantage. Behind the net, Chrysophides. Pickpocketed by Eilot. Now Hansen jams it through. Unger takes a check from Eilot, and it's out of the zone. We are back to full strength. The Owls have gone 0 for 7 on the power play tonight. Now here's Drummy. He'll shoot. That one got deflected wide. Now here's Michael Boschetto. knocked away. Kosho gets it into the Husky end, but played back out. 7:20 to go here in the third period. Owls looking for some late magic. Mikey Collette now battling in the corner. Now here is Grondin ahead for Vincent. In on goal. Backhand shot saved by Skelton. Exactly 7 minutes to go here in period number 3. The Owls out shooting Southern Maine 27-14. They haven't scored a single goal since the opening goal last night, a minute 30 into the first period against Babson.
Yeah, and you can just tell that this team's frustrated. You can tell that they're just down on themselves right now. And it's just frustrating every time going back to the bench. You know what I mean? They've had awesome opportunities all night. They've taken quality shots, but I don't know if they have to switch differently. I think they played a good offensive game.
And the problem is you ran into a hot goaltender.
Yeah,
you ran into a really hot goaltender. Offsides is called there on the Owls.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you're just going to meet someone who is just on a heater, and Morin's on a heater,
yeah,
and that's just how it has to be, Like, it wasn't a lack. I don't think defensively. The Owls could have switched some things up. They made a couple mistakes, but I really think I don't know what the Owls really are going to have to talk about because they have these offensive opportunities.
Well, obviously, the main talking factor, if this game does not go your way, is definitely special teams.
Yeah, power play.
You went 0 for 7. You went 3 for 4 on the penalty kill, but obviously that last-minute goal in the second period gave Southern Maine a 2-goal lead. That was a power play goal by O'Coin. Working behind the net, coming away with it. The Owls. And it's back into the neutral zone, controlled by the Huskies. Here's Savicki. Fires one on and gloved by Ben Skelton. So there's still some time for Keene State. All they need is one, but that's been the struggle so far tonight. 6:13 to go here in the third period.
Yeah, and I mean, you look ahead at their schedule. They're going to have Worcester State coming up this week on Thursday. And that's going to be a good matchup, I think. But the big one that they're going to really need is that WestCon game. I really think that they need to go out there and just absolutely dominate. They need to go out there and they need to really have a good hockey game. That's a game that's a very winnable.
Out in front, Southern Maine scores. A loose puck out in front.
Yep.
And that might just do it.
And fans start to file out here, unfortunately.
Cade Kanaschuk found the loose puck out in front, turned around and fired one by Ben Skelton. It's 3-0 Huskies. But as you were saying, that game next Saturday, their next home game is against WestCon. Thursday, you're on the road against Worcester State. Saturday, you're home against WestCon. That'll be another home doubleheader here.
I think the Worcester State game's a winnable game too. I think this team really needs to go out there next week and have a 2-0 week.
Well, Keene State had a comeback win on senior night last year versus Worcester State. They came out on top of that one, 6-4. That was their last home game of the season. Now Collette couldn't handle that one. Here's a break down ice. Here's Kanaschuk wrapping it around the boards and now controlled by the Owls. Here's Carney. Pass out in front and Unger couldn't bury it. Iowa will loft that one down ice. And not on goal, so icing on the Huskies. Still no sign of Luke Festa back out there. The Owls mixing up the lines. And it's Hanson, Gray, and Chris Afides. Obviously now you're down a forward. You don't have the extra skater. Your extra skater is Ryan Kosho. He's a defenseman. So now you're working with the lines with the loss of Luke Festa. Peyton Jones did not dress tonight. And Festa is out for the time being. You'll probably be sure to see him on Thursday. And most likely Saturday. You also have John Belisle. You're going to work in there. He played last night on the fourth line, centered Jean Hell And Mosquito. That one poked away. McCauley gets it back into the neutral zone now. Here comes O'Coin working on the boards. Good check there by Sean McBride. Here's Hansen ahead for Crisafidi. Still 4:40 to go. Taken away by Latorno. Now one check by Gray, heading down ice. Does it have the speed? It does not, so icing is waved off. Under 4.5 minutes left. Now one chipped in deep. Unger chasing after it. Played around to the near hash. Here's Hagen. Pass out in front and went off the pad of Skelton. And thrown back in deep by Arend. Now Unger trying to get a chip on it. Still in his feet. That one played off glass. Still in the zone. Good play by Owen Arend. Now here's Unger. Into the middle, Gonzalez working one-on-one. Tries to make a move. Gets it by the defender, but he couldn't himself get by the defender. Now Unger takes a hit in the corner. And ahead comes Donovan. And offsides is blown. Owen Arend a little too excited, just too far over the line. Head coach Matt Pinchensky is not happy with the call there, or potentially not happy with Arend for going offside on a 2-on-1 opportunity. I believe that was also, it was not Donovan, it was Jordan Bezio on the 2-on-1 opportunity. 3:32 to go here in the third period. That one taken away. Now here is Bezio. Pass ahead, never got to anyone. Now into the corner. Great move there by Colt Brennan. Getting around Chouinard. Now Hoffman will take it. Piscetto handling it on the boards, gets it out of the zone. And now here's Ilott. Vincent working for it. Going away with it is the Owls. That one shipped in by Zach Chouinard. Biscotto gets a poke on it. Chouinard tried to find Fontaine out in front. Never got anywhere near. Here's Grondin. Pass ahead. And Bezio couldn't get to it, so Skelton makes the save. Now here's Savicki. That one off the blocker of Skelton. Here's McBride. Hansen off glass. Chasing after it. And now back into the Owl zone. We approach 2 minutes left here in Keene. 3-0 Huskies. Thanks to the goals from Connor Donovan, Ben O'Coin, and Cade Kanaschuk. Now here's House. Sean Gray, his pass off a skate of Simopoulos, who will now get a cross-ice pass from Savicki. Saved by Skelton. He'll leave it for his defender. Now Koschel back out there. Koschel had a little rush, but couldn't get much out of it. Here's Gray working in the corner with Hunter Savicki. Here's Unger. He shoots the save by Morin. Gray couldn't get the shot off. Good poke there. And into the netting. 1:08 to go here in the third. We're going to get an offensive zone face-off for Keene State. Out shooting Southern Maine 28-18. So really just Malik Morin has been unbelievable tonight. 28 saves on 28 shots. I believe Keene State will take a timeout. There'll be a timeout called. Or is it Southern Maine? They never saw a signal. But nonetheless, a stoppage in play. Keene State women's hockey warming up near the Zamboni door as they get ready for their season home opener as well as conference home opener. That game will start at about 7 o'clock. They'll take on Norwich.
It's a tough matchup to start at home, isn't it?
It is.
It is a tough matchup.
It is, but
Number 16, Norwich, to be correct.
A tough matchup last night on the road against in-state rival Plymouth, and you take them down 2-1.
Yep, that was a good game. It's going to be a tough one, but I think, hockey's anyone's game. I think when you come out to it, I think tonight was one of those situations where I think the better team lost tonight's game. I think Keene State's a better team than Southern Maine. If you go out there and you get a lucky goal or something, and one of your goalies has a great game, like this here tonight, I think you can hold it.
Those first 2 periods, I thought Keene State really controlled most of play. This third period, I'd say, has been a lot more Southern Maine.
Yeah, and I think with the frustration over time, I think you just start to lose a bit of your control, a little bit of your your mind while you're out there. You're not playing as smart.
Here's Unger the wraparound. Morin shuts the door. Under 50 seconds to go here. That one played by High Stick. Keene State the first to touch it, so no whistle. Here's Koschel. Poked away. Chrysophides gets it in deep. Koschel took some big contact right at the end of the bench into a protective bumper at the edge of the glass. Under 30 now. 29 shots on goal for Keene State. None of them have gotten by Loic Morin. Here's O'Coin. Under 15, the shot, the save by Skelton on Cam Guatkin. Koschel, some last shoves after the whistle, and you can really see the frustration that has come to surface for Keene State.
Yeah, it's been a tough week for them. They lost Babson yesterday, lose today. I think today's one of those games where, you pencil it in as this is definitely a winnable game. This is definitely a game we should be out here competing well against, and I think it's just been a rough one here for them tonight.
So 11.9 seconds left. The defensive zone face-off for Keene. Just obviously after the buzzer, no late stuff. That shot blocked in the feet of Hoffman. And that one to Gonzalez. Morin makes one final save, and he gets the first shutout of his collegiate career, a 29-save shutout for Loic Morin as the Huskies blank the Owls here at Keene Ice 3-0. A disappointing loss for the Owls, their second straight and their second straight conference loss. We'll be back in a few moments for the post-game interview with Bobby Rodriguez, but also in a couple hours, about an hour and a half, don't miss out for the home opener for Keene State women's hockey. We'll be back on the Owls Media Network.
A single thread is unique. Like each of us, full of purpose and potential. A strand designed to connect, strengthen, and unite. But we face different challenges and have different opportunities. By acknowledging that others may struggle in ways we do not, we can celebrate our differences, embrace each other, and fortify the ties among us. A single thread can fray, yet when it's woven with another, a bond forms. A new strength created by the fabric of the whole. Let's embrace the fabric we make together, the diversity of our threads, to reach beyond ourselves and overcome the impossible. The true power of our game comes from unifying our individual backgrounds, connecting our unique stories, enabling us to be stronger, braver, greater. We can achieve so much more when we are all as one.
What a season. The confetti is going to fall.
There she goes, and she's got it. How sweet is this, and how wonderful for the sport.
I worked in HVAC when I was in high school, and I really liked being on a job site. When Keene State came to my high school, the admissions counselor told me I could have a job on a job site and also make a difference on people's lives. He said being a safety engineer meant I could work with my hands, but also make sure that everybody was going to be home safely at the end of the day. The safety field is growing rapidly because companies are noticing that keeping their workers healthy means that they can keep their workers working. My plan is to graduate from Keene State so I can get back onto a job site as a safety engineer. It's great because there's jobs to choose from all over the United States, so I can basically go anywhere I want. Keene State is giving me the tools to make that happen.
We know you will find your community along Appian Way here at Keene State College. Over a campfire on the Student Center lawn. In some friendly games and competition. Or in a club you connect to at the Student Involvement Fair. Maybe you will find your people on the courts, in a cheering section in the stands, at the rink on the ice, skating as an owl, or chilling in the yoga studio. Your connections may take place on the quad, listening to music, hanging out with friends, participating in a Keene State tradition like Pumpkin Palooza, or working on a group project, studying with classmates. Maybe your talents will bring you together with your community on one of our stages, in the Maine Theater, or the recital hall at the Red Fern Arts Center. For us, community is all about the people you meet and the connections you make. At Keene State, our community is really about you.
New Car Nissan of Keene has over 2,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. The largest selection of new Nissans in New Hampshire. Plus, every new Nissan comes with New Car's complimentary 20-year, 200,000-mile protection plan. And will deliver your new car anywhere in the Granite State for free. Come explore our stunning new state-of-the-art facility. Visit New Car Nissan of Keene today and discover why everyone loves a new car.
My name is Irini Stefanakos. I am an environmental studies graduate from Keene State. I just always had a passion for being outdoors and outdoor activities, so I figured why not choose a path where I can do that in my work. I did an internship with the Harris Center for Conservation my senior year. The best part for me was learning really what I want to do with my life, with my education. That internship really gave me the confidence and experience to go out and land a job as an aquatic biologist for Water and Wetlands in Grafton, Massachusetts. At Water and Wetland, we take part in the management of local ponds and lakes throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. I typically spend my days collecting basic water quality data to monitor the health of these ponds and lakes, while also sometimes conducting herbicide and algicide treatments. This job is very niche, and that the fact that it's aquatic based, I didn't think that's the path I would go, but here we are, and it's actually really cool, and I'm enjoying it a lot.
This is Paul Sullivan of Sullivan Tire Company. We're thrilled to be sponsoring the Keene State College Athletic Program, supporting the Owls. No matter what the sport is, in Division III, they are legendary. What a great academic institution, liberal arts school, in a beautiful part of New England. So let's go, you Owls. And remember, at Sullivan Tire, we're always here to get you there. Thank you.
I remember writing in the second grade that I wanted to be a teacher, and I always knew that I was going to be a teacher. I started school a year early, and it created challenges for me because I wasn't able to pick up material as fast as the other students. Outside of school, my Jaju would quiz me on my math facts and read with me. It showed me that even though I had challenges in school, there were still people who wanted to help me. In high school, I knew I had to work harder than everyone else to get the same results, but I had teachers that would help me in subject areas outside of their own because they could relate to how I felt. The way these interactions with my Jaju and my teachers made me feel while I was learning is the inspiration for how I'd like my students to feel. I'm able to build relationships and be vulnerable with my students when they're struggling because I've been in their shoes and I know exactly how they feel. Being able to relate to them from my own experience has become a massive asset in becoming a teacher.
My name is Ali Alzuar. I'm from Manchester, New Hampshire. I'm a nursing major and I play soccer here. I chose to be a nurse because it aligned perfectly with who I am. I'm a social person, I love science, and most importantly, I love helping people. After graduation, I'm going to work as a surgical ICU nurse at Dartmouth-Hitchcock. Keene State has helped enhance my critical thinking skills and has made me a well-rounded person thanks to knowledgeable professors. What excites me most is starting a new chapter and making a difference in my patients' lives.
New Car Nissan of Keene has over 2,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. The largest selection of new Nissans in New Hampshire. Plus, every new Nissan comes with New Car's complimentary 20-year, 200,000-mile protection plan. And will deliver your new car anywhere in the Granite State for free. Come explore our stunning new state-of-the-art facility. Visit New Car Nissan of Keene today and discover why everyone loves a new car.
If you're not here for Fandom 101, you're in the wrong class. Here, we learn the fundamentals of fanology, the basics of bringing the noise, and the physics of bringing it out. Your path to fan mastery begins here. It's all part of the curriculum. The NCAA championships. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
Fenton Family Dealerships, Tri-State area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, has state-of-the-art service facilities and services all makes and models. Home to an exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty and no extra cost to you. Locally owned since 1986. More information at FentonDealerships.com.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Turn this music on, we still dancing.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
And back to the Owls Media Network. Teddy Steinberg, Ryan Armstrong now joined by head coach Bobby Rodriguez. Coach, a tough shutout loss today. You ran into a hot goalie. What were your overall thoughts?
It sucked. It's frustrating for sure.
Coach, it was 0 for 7 on the power play tonight. I think that was a big aspect of the game. What are you guys going to do differently moving forward, trying to get something going on that power play?
We're going to have some listening sessions in practice this week. The boys are going to start to listen. I can assure you that, because last year the power play was outstanding, right? It was, I think it was top 15 in the country or something like that, and it has not been yet. There are too many guys who aren't ready to make the adjustments that need to be made for this hockey, and like I said, we'll have listening sessions this week in practice, and I'm confident that they will hear more of what the coaches have to say moving forward.
And Coach, you lost Luke Festa late in the third period. You have some guys to work with, maybe that were scratched tonight. How can you adjust to that change moving forward?
Yeah, we think we've got a really young but really deep roster. We'll wait to see what the scoop is for Luke. I know he's going to go get checked out in a few minutes, and it's too bad because he's really been getting going and had some buzz and some jump, and he's one of a handful of guys who's been playing exactly the way we'd like him to play. So that's a discouraging piece for us, but it's one of those next guy up sort of things. Like, that's why we carry so many athletes, and we've got a great group, and we'll adjust.
Coach, tonight Loic Morin was just a brick wall out there tonight. Do you feel as though the team offensively did get opportunities tonight, or do you feel like he was just unstoppable?
No, I think he did what he had to do. Like, hats off to him. Like, if you can get a shutout on a Saturday night on the road in college hockey, good for you, right? Like, so great for him. We made life too easy for way too long. Don't get me wrong. I think the team played overall better than we did last night, which is, I guess, something. But moral victories aren't victories. Yeah. So at the end of the day, we need to attack the net differently than we did tonight.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us, Coach.
Yeah, thanks again, guys. All right, thanks always.
We'll catch you in just about an hour for the start of women's hockey home opener here on the Owls Media Network. Teddy Steinberg, which is I, and me and Carson Flake will be on the call for that game, so stay tuned. We'll be back in about 50 minutes or so. Thanks for watching.
You have been watching a Keene State Athletics broadcast on the Owls Media Network. Please tune in to our next broadcast, and thank you for watching.